Hi there, students. Notation. Okay, a notation is a system of written symbols so that you can write down or you can make notes of numbers or quantities or tones or values or various different things. Now, I think the most common of these are musical notation and mathematical notation. So in musical notation we have the notes, and you can write this down on a piece of paper, and like that you know the notes that you should play or that are being played, the musical notation. In mathematical notation, we have multiplied by, divided by, the square root of, equals. All of these things are notation. Well, to tell you the truth, numbers themselves are a notation. They're a way of writing down quantities, and that is a notation. But we have different types of notation for all sorts of things. For example, chemical notation for Na is for sodium, Ca for calcium, S for sulfur, Sn for tin. Okay, so these are notations. It's something that you write down, that it's a system of characters or symbols or abbreviations to express different things. For example, I always wondered what choreographic notation was like. A choreographer is a person who decides how people should dance, and therefore choreographic notation is the way to write down on a piece of paper how somebody dances. Okay, so notation. There is a section at the back of the book which shows all of the algebraic notation. The notations used in these two books is different. Now notice as well, a notation, we can use this as a note, such as, for example, something written in the margin. He made a notation in the margin of a book, although I think nowadays I would probably use the word just a note. But notation is talking about a system of marks, signs, figures, characters. I'm thinking about shorthand before recording came in, where you could write down with symbols the words that somebody was saying. You could do it much more quickly. So standard notation, kg, kilograms, mm, millimeters, km, kilometers. So these are all different types of notation, but I think probably the most common one is is musical notation. The alphabet, ABC, this is another type of notation that we use. Yeah, it's the system of symbols to represent things, particularly to represent abstract ideas. So in his book he didn't use the algebraic notation that we use today. They're in the process of devising a simple system of notation. Okay, this is how the notation works. So the notation that he uses is rather unwieldy. Musical notation tells you the notes to play. Children very often learn basic musical notation. Okay, so the musical notation is the way to represent the music that's played. It's a set of marks, signs, figures, characters. abbreviated expressions, and these are used in arts, science, mathematics, in logic, to express different things. I'm thinking about a Venn diagram with the circles. This is a type of notation as well. The abbreviations that we use in a dictionary, these are notations. Or how about the notation in the dictionary that tells you how to pronounce a word? Yeah, this is notation for the pronunciation. Okay, so yeah, it's a set of symbols to tell you how to say things. And in English, you really do need a notation to show you what is being said, because the spelling doesn't work as a clear notation. Okay, so a notation. Music has a special system of notation. Binary notation just use ones and zeros. I recognize enough musical notation to be able to follow a score. Okay, so musical notation. Formality, notation, this is a rather scientific word. I think I'm going to give it a 5.5, maybe a 6 in formality. Best in a semi-formal conversation, although I guess you could use it anywhere. So, notation, it comes from the word note.